Okay, now we're going to talk about AI prompting and how to expedite development by utilizing AI. In my opinion, and I've spoke to Blake Anderson about this, the reason apps have blown up recently and the reason we've all got very rich and successful off of it is because AI has lowered the barrier to entry significantly. It saved a lot of time, it's super smart, and like you can build and test and validate things at lightning speed. Here is a bunch of ChatGPT prompts that you can use. We'll be using this first one to begin this tutorial, and then there's a bunch of other ones that are very simple, like make a pull to refresh list in SwiftUI, or create a SwiftUI button with a spring bounce animation when tapped. These are all like really simple prompts, but they work. And instead of like needing to learn to code, like knowing all the ins and outs, this and that, you can just ask ChatGPT to build it for you. And as long as you have like a fundamental understanding of how Swift and how code works, you can build anything. So we use that a lot in Quitter. I use it a lot to expedite my work with the community. Like most of the community functions built by AI. I mean, I understand how they work now, but like I didn't initially, and ChatGPT just did it for me, and now we have a fucking working community that has 1,000 posts a day. So it really does work. And usually the more detailed, the better. As you can see, this prompt that we're going to use for the beginning of the tutorial, I want to build a Umax clone in SwiftUI. Okay, very explicit. Then Umax is an app where you can take a picture of your face and it will rate your looks out of 10. This should be out of 100. Yeah, that should be right. This image should be passed to the OpenAI API via MacPaws repository, and the results should display on the front end. If you've coded before, you can understand what I mean by results, front end, whatever. And repository, very simple. I will explain later. The scores it should give you are overall rating, potential, masculinity, skin quality, and jawline, and cheekbones, sorry. So this is exactly what Umax has, so I'll just pull up their app right now. Oh shit. As you can see, there is an overall, there's a potential, masculinity, skin quality, jawline, cheekbones. And it's just his face, and that image is rated by ChatGPT. Very, very simple stuff. So yeah, that's the prompt I'm going to give ChatGPT in the next section of the tutorial. But usually just the general rule is like the more explicit, the better. You should always share information about your tech stack. So let's, for example, say I'm using Firebase, or I'm using OpenAI instead of Claude or Gemini. And also, if you copy paste the code into your IDE and it isn't what you kind of expected, or it's not kind of functioning how you want it to function, just say, change this. It's doing one thing, but I want it to do another thing instead. And ChatGPT will be very fast to fix it, and you can like move at lightning speed. And I'm going to show you how fast we can build a Umax competitor right now. So let's get into it.